Surprise, motherfucker.
Hey guys, it's Inferno FPS here, and once again I have another sort of like first impressions video of another game that just so happens to be late as well. Today I'm gonna do my first impressions on Titanfall. This was a game made by Respawn Entertainment. For those of you guys that don't know, they created MW2, which I consider to be the best Call of Duty today. Well, COD 4, but it was still a good Call of Duty, and that was like my last Call of Duty that I actually enjoyed. So enough about that. I'm gonna go right into this. Just to say that I only played attrition for the multiplayer. I didn't play single player at all. I didn't really have have time. Um, I have to say that the gameplay is pretty smooth. You know, they did balance the Titans and the grunts and the pilots, I think they call them. They balance that very well. You know, Titans can get in high infantry places to get a lot of kills, but then they gave pilots a lot of ways to escape the Titans. You know, like a lot of little corners and buildings that Titans can't get into, and that's pretty cool. That the fact that they can balance all three of those aspects and still get good gameplay. Um, they also have cloak, which I think is pretty cool. You know, allows some pretty cool stealth kills and all that. Um, and they have something called burn cards as well. For those of you that don't know, they're like little like upgrades, I guess you could call them. They're like upgraded weapons that you can only get once per life, or excuse me, yeah, like you activate a burn card, then once you die, it's gone. But you earn burn cards by like playing the objective and finishing matches and stuff. And of course, as you can see, there's some Titan gameplay that is being shown, and it is freaking awesome. Titans are amazing in this game. They're so fun. You know, they're just tanks. They're amazing. You know, just storm in with grunts and all that. Just storm in and you kill like 20 of them, and you don't even take damage, and it's amazing. And it also gives you a lot of options to kill Titans. Like all infantry, they have an anti-Titan weapon, which does a good amount of damage considering it is an anti-infantry weapon. And it gives Titans ways to kill infantry and all that. So there's no too overpowered thing in the game. But there is, of course, one, but we'll get to that later. And also another thing that's pretty cool is the parkour. So for those of you guys don't know, you can jump, and then you can rocket jump, and then you can like scale off walls and stuff, and that is awesome. You know, especially if you're a sneaky type, it allows, you know, with that combined with the cloak, it just gives you an astronomical amount of things to play with, and it's just so fun to go behind and, you know, break the guy's neck with the animation, the cool little behind the back kill animation, and it's really cool. But I have a couple cons with this, and it's basically one of them was that there's too many Titans. Like it only took 2 minutes to kill. Like it's 2 minutes regular to get a Titan, but then like if you kill grunts and all that, like every grunt is like minus 14 seconds, which is insane considering just how many grunts there are. So like I just felt like I was in the Titan way too much, and now I was having to battle Titans more than I really should be battling Titans. And also that the maps are pretty big, so especially like when you first start the map and you have to like run the towards the enemy, it takes like 30 seconds to actually find someone, which isn't bad. It's just I would like, you know, if it was just maybe a little bit smaller maps, but they did really a good map design, so I guess that kind of makes up for it. And also the grunts, like they're just stupid. They're just flat out like retarded. Like in CS:GO, the grunts are pretty good. Like they can actually fight back, and they can, you know, they can't really hold their own, but they can certainly, you know, it's not like they're a pushover or anything. Um, in this, they're just stupid. They just stand there and like shoot at walls and stuff. It's really bad. It's actually quite pathetic. And also another thing is that the Titans are kind of a little unforgiving to pilots. You know, I know they said before that you can definitely take them out, but if you're an individual pilot and not with a team, you're gonna have a hard time trying to get a Titan down unless you rodeo him. In which case, you can certainly do that. Uh, Also, the pilot jumpings. I don't know if you guys like. I played this for about like 8 hours now, and every time I like get someone like surprise them in close quarters combat, like all they do is cloak and then they jump. And if they have like they just jump around, and it's really hard to kill them if you don't have a smart pistol that doesn't lock on. Like it actually just locks on to enemies. It's freaking insanely OP. I think this is like the worst gun I've ever seen in any game. It locks on to enemies. Granted, it doesn't do a whole lot of damage to pilots. Like, you still gotta, like, it's a single shot thing for pilots, and you gotta like, it takes like 4 times to lock on. That's still, it's still pretty bad. Like, it's really bad, and it's really OP against grunts who just sit there and you can just lock on to like 5 of them and kill them.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Bit to be honest with you. But yeah, I think Titanfall is a great game. It really is. You know, being a Titan is an amazing experience and all that. And you can just, you know, be a tank and just kill everything. You know, they give you tons of customizable options. You know, tons of different Titan weapons. Tons of different Titans, as a matter of fact. And you get to rodeo them, which I don't know if you guys have. You probably haven't played Titanfall, but if you have, you know what I'm talking about. Where you can just jump on the back of a Titan and just shoot, like rip open a little control panel and just shoot the insides of a Titan, and that is an amazing. It's freaking awesome when you can just take out a Titan just by jumping on their back. So that's pretty fun in my opinion. But yeah, it's just I don't know. I have mixed signals about this game. You know, I personally love it because there's Titans and all that, but then you have OP things like the pilots can just jump around, mostly because that's my lack of skill, I guess. I'm not that good at the game. And it's fun to parkour, it's fun to have Titans, but then again, it's aggravating that literally all you do is fight Titans the entire game, and you don't really fight pilots a whole lot. And another fact of that is that there's only 6 max they allow players per team. That's insane, considering how big these maps are. It's just not even like it's not even fun. Well, it is fun, but it's just not even a challenge really. Like I run into like my average is like 5 to 10 pilot kills, which isn't much. It's just it's weird, man. Like you just fight grunts the entire time. You don't really run into pilots and all that, and just I don't know. I wish they would have changed that, made it, you know, maybe a 12v12 mode, but no, they had to go 6v6. So it's all right. I think it's a pretty good game, although I probably won't play this. I won't like pick it over Battlefield or any of that. But I want to thank you guys for watching. I know I've had a lot of first impressions videos. As of late, I'm gonna do, I hope, a live comm with Zach or someone like that soon. Maybe Battlefield 4 or Left 4 Dead or PlanetSide 2. I don't know, but thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.